The United States Marine Corps operates as America's 911th force, with 178,000 active personnel, organic air power exceeding most nations' entire air forces, and the global mission of conducting amphibious assaults anywhere on Earth within days of orders being issued. This isn't the largest or most heavily equipped American service, that's the Army. It's the force designed to arrive first, hit hardest, and establish beachheads before anyone else can deploy. This is every major weapon system the Marine Corps operates, the expeditionary philosophy that makes them different from every other ground force, and whether every Marine or rifleman, is marketing or actual capability. We start with what makes Marines unique: the ability to assault from the sea, ACV, Amphibious Combat Vehicle. The new 8-wheeled armored vehicle replacing Vietnam-era AAV-7s that Marines have ridden for 5 decades. The ACV carries 13 Marines from ship to shore, swimming through ocean swells at 6 knots before transitioning to land, and driving at highway speeds. With 30mm autocannons and modern armor, these provide protected mobility that AAV-7s never delivered. The critical improvement is survivability. AAV-7s were death traps that drowned Marines during training accidents. ACVs include improved water handling, better escape hatches, and armor packages that stop small arms and shrapnel. Marines transitioning from AAV-7s to ACVs describe it as moving from riding in tin cans to actual combat vehicles. The Corps is fielding these as fast as production allows, because amphibious assault remains the core mission and you can't assault beaches in vehicles that sink. AAV-7, the amphibious assault vehicle that's been carrying Marines from ships to hostile shores since 1972. Aluminum armor, swimming capability at 8 miles per hour in water, and capacity for 25 Marines made these the workhorses of amphibious operations for decades. The problem is that aluminum armor doesn't stop much. The vehicles are old, and multiple training accidents killed Marines when these sank. Iraq and Afghanistan proved these need serious armor upgrades to survive modern threats. So bolt-on packages added tons of weight that degraded swimming performance. ACVs are replacing these, but hundreds of AAV-7s remain in service because the transition takes years, and amphibious capability can't have gaps. LAV-25, the 8-wheeled light armored vehicle carrying 25mm Bushmaster autocannons that scout ahead of heavier forces and provide rapid response capability. These swim when necessary, drive at highway speeds on roads, and carry infantry squads to objectives. The 25mm gun kills light armor and infantry positions, while the vehicle's speed lets it avoid heavier threats. If you served in Marine reconnaissance or light armored reconnaissance battalions, you spent countless hours in LAV-25s conducting screens, patrols, and raids. These aren't fighting main battle tanks. They're finding enemies, fixing them in place, and calling in heavier fires. LAV-AT, the anti-tank variant mounting TOW missiles for killing enemy armor from standoff range. These provide Marine formations with long-range anti-tank capability without requiring tanks. The concept is simple. Fast-wheeled vehicle positions itself in Overwatch, launches TOW missiles at enemy armor from 3+ kilometers away, then displaces before counterfire arrives. Crews must guide missiles to target using wire or radio commands, keeping the launcher exposed throughout flight time. LAV-C2, the command variant packed with radios and battle management systems instead of weapons. Battalion and company commanders use these as mobile command posts, staying close to action while maintaining communications with higher headquarters and subordinate units. These keep Marine formations coordinated during fluid operations where static command posts can't keep up. LAV-L, the logistics variant carrying supplies, ammunition, and equipment rather than troops. Amphibious and expeditionary operations mean supply lines stretch across water and hostile territory. LAV-L vehicles maintain mobility while moving critical supplies forward. LAV-M, the mortar carrier mounting 81mm mortars for organic indirect fires. These provide responsive fires that support infantry without requiring artillery positioning. Mortar teams fire from the vehicle or dismount depending on tactical situation. LAV-R, the recovery variant with winches and equipment for recovering damaged LAVs. When vehicles break down or get stuck during operations, LAV-R crews recover them under fire, if necessary. Expeditionary forces can't afford to abandon equipment in hostile territory. JLTV, the Joint Light Tactical Vehicle replacing Humvees with actual protection, mobility, and payload capacity. Marines use these for everything from command vehicles, to weapons platforms, to troop transport. Unlike Humvees that had armor bolted on as afterthought, JLTVs are designed from scratch to survive IEDs, mines, and small arms fire, while maintaining off-road mobility. Every Marine base has hundreds of these conducting training, operations, and logistics. MRZR, the ultralight tactical vehicle that Special Operations and Reconnaissance Marines use for rapid movement in austere environments. These are militarized side-by-sides that fit inside V-22 Ospreys and can be sling-loaded under helicopters. Zero armor, minimal payload, but when speed and air mobility matter more than protection, MRZRs deliver 4 Marines and their gear anywhere helicopters can reach. Moving on to artillery that provides fire supporting marine operations. M777A2. The 155 lightweight howitzer that helicopters can sling load and C-130s can transport, giving Marines heavy artillery that deploys anywhere. With 30-kilometer range using rocket-assisted projectiles and precision with Excalibur-guided rounds, these destroy targets from positions that heavy self-propelled artillery can't reach. Artillery Marines spend careers mastering these. Emplacing, firing, displacing before counter-battery radar finds them. The titanium construction reduces weight enough that crews can manhandle guns, short distances, critical when helicopters can't land. M327 EFSS. The Expeditionary Fire Support System, mounting 120 mortars on JLTV chassis, providing mobile indirect fires. These bridge the gap between 81 mortars, organic to infantry, and 155 artillery at higher echelons. Marines use these for responsive fire supporting maneuver without requiring the displacement time of towed artillery. M252 81 mortar, the medium mortar that infantry battalions carry for organic and direct fires. Light enough that Marines can man pack components, powerful enough to destroy light vehicles and suppress infantry positions. Mortar teams deploy forward with rifle companies, providing immediate fires without calling higher headquarters. M200 2460 mortar, the light mortar that rifle companies carry for immediate indirect fire support. These are simple, portable, and provide quick suppressive fires when artillery isn't available or situations don't justify calling heavy fires. Infantry Marines learn these in training because every company has organic 60 capability. HIMARS, the High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, that Marines operate for long-range precision fires. Mounted on FMTV trucks, these fire GPS-guided rockets at targets 70-plus kilometers away with accuracy measured in meters. HIMARS gives Marines deep strike capability against enemy command posts, logistics nodes, and air defenses, without requiring fixed artillery positions vulnerable to counter-battery fire. The shoot and scoot capability means launch, displace, and survive. Moving on to air defense that protects Marine forces from aerial threats. Avenger, the Humvee-mounted system carrying 8 Stinger missiles and .50 caliber machine gun for short-range air defense. These provide point defense against helicopters and low-flying aircraft, positioning near critical assets like command posts or logistics sites. When enemy helicopters or ground attack aircraft appear, Avenger crews engage with heat-seeking Stingers that home on engine exhaust. Stinger AMN pads, the shoulder-fired surface-to-air missile that gives individual Marines anti-aircraft capability. Infantry units carry these to threaten enemy helicopters and low-flying jets, forcing aircraft to operate at higher altitudes where accuracy suffers. The fire and forget guidance means launch and take cover while missile homes on target heat signature. Moving on to marine aviation, the organic air power that makes Marines self-sufficient. F-35B Lightning II, the short takeoff vertical landing stealth fighter that operates from amphibious assault ships and austere forward bases, bringing 5th-generation capability to expeditionary operations. Marines can launch stealth strikes from ships 100 miles offshore without requiring 10,000-foot runways. The STOVL capability means operations from damaged airfields, highways, or any flat surface that supports the aircraft weight. Advanced sensors provide situational awareness that 4th-generation fighters can't match. F-35B pilots see everything before enemies know they're there. Marine fighter squadrons are converting from AV-8B Harriers to F-35Bs, fundamentally changing expeditionary air power. FA-18 Hornet, the carrier-capable multi-role fighter that Marine squadrons fly from carriers and land bases for air superiority, ground attack, and reconnaissance. These handle missions from close air support for ground Marines to deep strike against enemy infrastructure. Marine Hornet squadrons deploy on Navy carriers, providing additional capability for naval operations while maintaining proficiency for supporting Marine ground forces. AV-8B Harrier II, the jump jet that defined marine aviation for 3 decades, conducting close air support from forward bases and amphibious ships. Vertical takeoff and landing meant operations from anywhere, damaged runways, roads, forest clearings. The Harrier proved tactical flexibility matters as much as raw performance. F-35Bs are replacing these, but Harriers remain operational until transition completes. If you served in Marine infantry in Iraq or Afghanistan, Harriers provided danger close air support that Army units couldn't get. H-1Z Viper, the modern attack helicopter with tandem cockpit, articulated rotors, and weapons including Hellfire missiles, rockets, and 20 cannon. Marine Vipers provide fire support for ground forces, destroy enemy armor, and conduct armed reconnaissance. The Zulu variant shares engines, transmissions, and systems with UH-1Y utility helicopters, simplifying logistics and maintenance. Attack helicopter crews train for close coordination with ground Marines, calling targets, marking positions, and delivering fires within meters of friendly forces. UH-1Y Venom, The modernized Huey with improved engines, avionics and capability that Marines use for troop transport, medical evacuation, and command and control. The iconic Huey rotor sound is instantly recognizable to anyone who served. These conduct insertions, extractions, resupply, and casualty evacuation across the battle space. Marine infantry moves by helicopter when speed matters more than stealth. CH-53E Super Stallion, the heavy lift helicopter that moves artillery, vehicles, supplies, and everything else too heavy for smaller helicopters. With 3 engines and capacity for 55 troops or 36,000 pounds external cargo, these are the workhorses of marine aviation logistics. Artillery raids, flying M777 howitzers, to firing positions, conducting fire missions, then extracting before enemy forces respond. Depend on CH. 5. 3 heavy lift capability. CH-53K King Stallion, the next generation heavy lifter replacing CH-53Es, with more power, payload, and range. These lift 36,000 pounds to altitude and distance that CH-53Es can't match, enabling operations in hot/high conditions where older helicopters struggle. As King Stallions replace Super Stallions, marine logistics and mobility improve significantly. MV-22 Osprey, the tilt rotor that flies like airplane but lands like helicopter, combining speed and range of fixed wing with vertical capability. Ospreys conduct rapid insertions of Marines across distances that helicopters can't match and into zones where airplanes can't land. The versatility changed Marine operations. What required ship-to-shore helicopter lifts, followed by ground movement, now happens in single V-22 flights from ships over the horizon directly to objectives. If you served in Marine infantry after 2007, you flew combat missions in Ospreys that covered distances impossible for helicopters. KC-130J, the tanker/transport that refuels helicopters and Ospreys mid-flight, extending their range and enabling operations hundreds of miles from bases. Marine KC-130s also conduct tactical transport, aerial delivery, and close air support, using gunship kits. These operate from expeditionary airfields, providing organic tanker capability that marine aviation requires for extended range operations. Moving on to infantry weapons that every Marine carries. M4 Carbine, the 5.56mm rifle that serves as standard Marine infantry weapon. Lighter and shorter than M16A4s, these handle close quarters and vehicle operations better, while maintaining effective range for most engagements. Marines train on these from boot camp through career, maintaining proficiency that defines every Marine or rifleman. M16A4, the longer rifle variant with better accuracy at distance that designated marksmen and some rifle squads still carry. The 20-inch barrel provides velocity and accuracy that 14.5-inch M4 barrels sacrifice for compactness. M27 IAR, the infantry automatic rifle that replaced M249 squad automatic weapons in Marine rifle squads. With better accuracy and reliability than belt-fed saws, these provide automatic fire without overheating issues and jam-prone nature of M249s. The doctrinal shift prioritizes precision automatic fire over volume, reflecting lessons from Iraq and Afghanistan, where accurate fire mattered more than suppression. M38, the designated marksman rifle variant of M27 with improved optics and accuracy for precision fire at extended range. Squad-designated marksmen use these to engage targets beyond effective range of standard rifles, without requiring sniper team deployment. M110A1, the compact semi-automatic sniper system in 7.62mm that provides precision fire capability to designated marksmen and scout snipers. These semi-automatic platforms allow rapid follow-up shots that bolt-action rifles can match. M40A6, the bolt-action sniper rifle that Marine scout snipers have used for decades in various configurations. Chambered in .300 Winchester Magnum, these provide precision fire at ranges exceeding 1,000 meters. Scout sniper training produces some of the most skilled marksmen in military service. Mech 13 Mod 7, the special operations sniper rifle in .300 Winchester Magnum used by Marine raiders and reconnaissance forces for extreme range precision fires. Barrett M107, the .50 caliber anti-materiel rifle that destroys equipment, vehicles, and engages targets at extreme range. These aren't for personnel. They're for disabling radar systems, destroying vehicles, and hitting targets over a mile away. M320, the 40mm grenade launcher that attaches to rifles or operates standalone, providing squads with indirect fire capability for engaging enemies in defilade or destroying bunkers and structures. M203, the older 40mm grenade launcher still in service, though M320s are replacing these. Same concept, attached to rifle and launch high explosive grenades at targets rifles can't effectively engage. M2.50 caliber, the heavy machine gun that's been in service since 1933 and shows no signs of retirement. Vehicle mounted or on tripods, M2s provide long-range heavy firepower against vehicles, structures, and personnel. Every Marine combat vehicle mounts these. M240, the 7.62 mm medium machine gun, providing sustained automatic fire at ranges where 5.56 mm loses effectiveness. Infantry squads, vehicle crews, and helicopter door gunners all operate M240s. Mech 19, the automatic grenade launcher firing 40 mm grenades in rapid succession. Vehicle mounted, these suppress enemy positions and destroy light vehicles with area effects that machine guns can't achieve. M72LAL, the disposable rocket launcher that gives Marines anti-tank and anti-structure capability in throwaway package. Simple, effective, and light enough that riflemen carry these in addition to primary weapons. M136AT4, the disposable 84 mm rocket that replaced LASS in many roles, offering better penetration and effectiveness against modern armor and fortifications. FGEM 148 Javelin, the fire and forget anti-tank missile that Marines use to destroy enemy armor from 2+ kilometers away. Top attack flight profiles hit tanks where armor is weakest, and fire and forget guidance means launch and take cover while missile homes autonomously. SMW, the shoulder-launched multipurpose assault weapon, firing 83 mm rockets for destroying bunkers, vehicles, and fortifications. Marines use these for breaching and assault operations, where portable heavy firepower matters. Carl Gustaf M3, the reusable 84 mm recoilless rifle that fires multiple ammunition types, high explosive, anti-tank, illumination. Smoke. Infantry teams use these for bunker busting and destroying vehicles. Mech 153 SMA Dub, the rocket launcher mentioned above. Marines designate this formally as MK100, and 53, though everyone calls it SMA Dub.